Good evening from Marie at messymcreations. Is finding you safe and well. Just got myself set up. There we go. So I'm hoping everybody safe and well. Survived any snow that arrived your way. How's my screen looking to everybody else? Hopefully not as pixely. Just a little reminder, first of all, Celebration. We still have a month left of Celebration with these gorgeous products coming free. Darling Donkeys is currently one of the best sellers, and it is fighting for first place with Berry Blessings. So between the two of them, they're the most popular at the moment. And yeah, it's quite a range of products, so let me know if you want any information. Signing up offer has some free designer series paper at the moment, so I have bought a pack of the subtles, so I'll be working with that tonight, so I'm going to show you that. So we've got some subtles that we'll be playing with. Most exciting purchase, David thinks I'm nuts, but how often, hi Jane, do you wonder whether something is going to be a normal first class stamp envelope or not? And sometimes I put embellishments on and I do wonder. Now I need to wonder no more. Less visits to the post office to check. How exciting is that? It's the little things in life, you know. It's all feeling quite hot at the moment. So I am playing with A Wreath tonight, which has stamps, but the only stamp I'm going to use is a sentiment, which... Have I got it mounted? No, I don't. I am going to use... Have I got it mounted? No. So in here we have... Oh, there it is. Best wishes. That's what I was trying to find. So we have Give Thanks, Happy Heart Day, Happy Easter, and Merry Christmas. So it covers kind of lots of different events. But it also does come with the dies. So I have pre-cut both of these sets of dies and some of the little flowers, but you also then get obviously little Easter eggs there, a little heart with love, a lovely bow here as well, your little partridge, pears, little heart. So there's all sorts of things in there. As you can see, the first time I played with it, I played with some of our new colours, so that's in there. So any leftovers that I have, I always keep in the case. For me, that's just a nice simple way of knowing where any extra bits are that I've cut. So I've got the one stamp, but there is a stamp that does the wreath as well, but it doesn't line up with, so I guess we could stamp the wreath and put the two layers on, but actually, should we try that with one and see what happens? That sort of came upon me. The only thing might be, no, it doesn't fit on that size of block. So let me just grab my Stamparatus, because we will need to mount that on the Stamparatus. We do sell big enough blocks for it, but I don't have any because I like to use the Stamparatus for big blocks. So that's our stamp set. This is the subtles. So the subtles you can buy in packs of card that come with 2 of every single subtle shades, and then this pack of paper comes with a variety of patterns in all the subtles colours. So it's a nice easy way of creating that coordination if you want to within the Stampin' Up range. So these packs come in subtles, regals. Sorry, I won't go back in the pack. Excuse me a mo. There we go. Get that out of the way. So I had earlier So yeah, it comes as the regals, the subtles, neutrals, and the brights. And you would also get the current in colours. So that's what we're playing with today. So this is one, here's one I made earlier. So I put lots of bling for the centre of flowers, and that's the 2 wreaths. So we'll try one with a stamped wreath, which we'll do in the other colourway. So this is mint macaron and Highland heather. So again, I've cut all the bits out. Now what I did with this one is I literally just stuck that lower one on and then put the leaves on top. So if you kind of think of it as flowers and leaves. But what you can do is you can sort of get my arm stuck on that. You can interweave the flowers and the leaves so that some of those kind of flower pieces or the extra pieces actually come out on top. So it's entirely up to you how you choose to do that. But I thought that was quite a nice little combination that just gives a little bit more of a 3D effect. So I've used mint macaron as the card base. I've cut a piece of Highland heather in the designer series paper. At this point I could that might be quite nice, mightn't it, as we've got flowers. And then this is very vanilla. So we're going to pop this on first. Now I personally find it best to use little dabs of glue on a few areas that are going to remain quite hidden. And if you're gluing them together, it obviously is a lot easier. When I glued them separately, it was quite time consuming. So just a tiny dot of glue. Now if you do have Tombow, always leave it for a little bit before you glue, because it makes it go a little bit more tacky. I don't want too big a blob, but I've tried to place them kind of where the leaves are, but it will get a good amount. I'm just going to leave that for, you know, we're not talking about leaving it for hours. If you do have Tombow, if you want a box that you can sort of open and reseal, if you put Tombow on and leave it to dry, it then becomes tacky. And because nothing else is stuck to it, it becomes then sort of a self-adhesive backing. Just in case you didn't know that. So I'm going to pop those together. I'm going to position it slightly lower down than I did on that one. So in the middle there. So some of those, so we've got a bit of a 3D effect. I'm going to use the mint macaron for my sentiment. Thought I'd lost it for a minute there, haven't? There it is. So I'm just going to ink that up, tap, 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 and then just position that. Do you know what? I might put it, I'm going to put it in one corner. I'm going to try it in one corner. I did it centrally before. Try it in one corner. So actually what I did mean to check, not sure which catalogue this is in, I'm not sure whether it fits in the mini or the standard. So a quick look, because it might be useful if you don't have oh, it doesn't, so I suspect it doesn't. So you would need a full die cutting machine. You definitely cannot be fussy cutting these bits. Hi Ali, hope you're well. So as I say, I've cut out a variety of bits, And so I've put the sentiment to one side, so I'm going to pop the flowers more to the other side, methinks. Yeah, I've just picked up the subtles. So this is mint macaron and Highland heather. So essentially then it's just playing around to see how you fancy. Right, I'm going to pop the two biggest ones on first, and again I think I'm going to glue those. Obviously we've got the ability to glue or use a dimensional, whichever we fancy. As I say, I'm keeping the flowers to the opposite side that I've put the sentiment. This one is soft sea foam and so saffron. That's the one I made earlier. Blue Peter style. It's almost like I'm getting organised. Only almost. Make sure I don't stick that to my base. Then what I'm going to do with these ones is take my bone folder, just fold the edges because it adds a bit of dimension. Then I'm going to put it on a little mini dimensional, and this is why if you missed me earlier getting excited about having bought a post office letter thing, as soon as I start putting my dimensionals on, that's when they start getting difficult to pop through the cheaper hole. So I'm going to do that as a sort of centre of the flower as well. I mean, I'm choosing to stick to two colours. You could, nothing is stopping you adding as many colours as you like. Yeah. The convention in me required the leaves to be red. Now, I will confess, I'm currently waiting for some Stampin' Up rhinestones. So these are slightly bigger than Stampin' Up. I prefer the smaller ones. However, just want to put a centre in that little flower there. So these, again, I've used the two sides of the paper, so one of the flowers can be in one side, and I mean, it's a subtle difference. And that one works quite well. I'm going to construct it before I stick it down. So you can do it either way, doesn't matter. Suit thyself. I'll put my little rhinestone. As I say, the Stampin' Up ones, I've got 3 different sizes, and the small size I think is fantastic. But they haven't arrived yet. But they will. I haven't seen my little UPS driver this year. Poor guy normally spends half his life at my house, so. Oh! Pop the glue on and threw it in the air. So just, you know, as few or as little as you like. But as I say, what I do tend to do is I go through and I stick rhinestones to my fingers. I walk away with lots of gluey mess. So I think that's probably sufficient. So these bits that I've got left over, I will just store in my box along with everything else that's pre-cut. Oh look, there you go. And then I don't, because I've got those layers, I don't want to use tape because I might get in a pickle, so I'm just going to glue the back of that as well. Ensure my, oh, I'll stick that onto there. Oh, no, let's not do that. Let's leave. Let's leave. Oh, which way round am I going to do that bit? Should we do it that way because we've got some flowers? Let's do it that way. So, it's all right. I wanted this bit to be stuck before I stuck the other bit on. Oh, we almost got there with being organised. Just not quite. So, I'm going to glue that. And at this point, where it doesn't matter which way up the card goes. However, I need to make sure that when I put this bit on that we've got it the right way up. So again, that Tombow just gives me that little bit of wriggle room. So there we go with that one. And then what we will do with the last one, where we have, I've picked soft sea foam and calypso coral. Fantastic thing when you're within the Stampin' Up colours, they kind of all go together just really well. Oh, I've randomly got a Highland Heather flower. Let's put that in my box. So what I'm going to do is position it. Right, okay, what we'll do, let's do it so you can see what I'm doing, shall we? It's a bit random, isn't it? On a Facebook Live, actually showing what I'm doing. So Stamparatus, the piece of card, because I've got the space, I am using the magnet. Be careful with the magnet. So position your stamp where you want it to be on the card, making sure that it's the right way up for stamping, if you see what I mean. And then, oh, I need my sorry, I need my foam. Where's my foam? So if you're using photopolymer stamps, which this is, you need the foam backing, otherwise the Stamparatus can't pick it up. So you'll now be able to see that when I go across. So this is just absolutely fantastic for just saving having those multiple blocks. So, you know, I'm fortunate enough I can have 2 boxes full. Not everybody wants to have 2 boxes full. Quite why I'm doing it this way, I don't know. Because I want that as a base layer, not as a stamping on it layer. It's almost like I'm organised. I don't want to shock you too much in actually having any level of organisation going on. So let's take a bit of very vanilla and cut it down. So, oh look, I thought I was organised, then I wasn't. So I'm going to take 1/2 centimetre off each layer. So actually I might do this because I want a layer of, I need to change my blade as well. So centimetre, so hopefully I've cut that down so that I can fit a layer. So I'm going to pick again from the pack the Calypso Coral. So it's very easy. It's a stripy one with the colour families to get everything coordinated, which is one of the things I absolutely love about Stampin' Up products, is it's so easy to get that coordination going. You know it'll work time and time and time again. So just to go back, we have Calypso Coral card base. Oh, a thing we haven't cut properly. Oh, of course, silly woman. Honestly, it's only Tuesday as well, isn't it? I was ½ centimetre short. So, and then that will fit. Let's just check they all fit before I start stamping. So, there's our layers. So you can do as few or as many as you like. Obviously the layer that you're stamping on just gets smaller and smaller each time. So, back to the Stamparatus. Position that wherever we want to. The magnet then holds your bit of paper in place. Then that's what I want to stamp. Pick it up. Because it's brand new, it just sticks slightly, so that's just get that reposition. So use the grid squares so that you know what position it is in. And I think I'm going to stamp it in Calypso Coral. Yeah, I think it'll be strong. No, I'm going to do it in the soft seafoam. Now, the other thing a stamp case is very handy for is it's better to ink this. Got something that's picked up some bits, get rid of that. Better to ink with a bit of support underneath. So a stamp case is the perfect size, or depth should I say, for that. So ink that up, taking the ink pad to the stamp and then popping it across, giving it a good press down and taper it. Right, okay, I've missed a little bit there. Now because I've used the Stamparatus, that will go back. Oh, I see why I've missed a little bit there. I've got a little blob. I can see there's a little bit of something I've picked up. So all I'm going to do, we probably won't be able to see it, but on the finished card. But essentially, once you're on the Stamparatus, you can ink and re-ink as many times as you like, which is why these magnets are important. So as long as that card remains in the same position, I can go back and forth, back and forth. So there we go. Get all that out of the way. So I will, with this one, so I'll go back to sticking them as two completely separate layers where I mingled them in on that one. So that's going to go there, and then that's going to go on top. Oh, it's rather pretty. There you go. So tiny little blobs of glue on some of the larger areas. I think there's something quite nice about not gluing absolutely everything down. So the Tombow is strong enough that it will hold it. But it just gives a little bit of that kind of 3D effect, if that makes sense. So just make sure you pick it up by an unglued bit. Again, we've got that sort of approximate circle, so I'm just going to pop that down, making sure that whatever your base you're working on is clean. You can just turn it upside down and fix it. I don't recommend that if you've got a gluey surface. Otherwise all your beautiful work comes undone. Now this is obviously easier to glue because we've got great big leaves. Just a few little blobs of glue around the place. The other thing that I have noticed with the new Stampin' Emboss, the detail that you get picked up within dies is so much better than with my Big Shot. And it's not really until you try it and see the two that you realise. So again, double check your surface is clean, and that just ensures that's all stuck down. Then I'm going to do a Calypso Coral Sentiment. My best wishes. So just make sure it's not picking up any other ink. I'm going to put this one in the middle, slightly lower down. So yeah, this one I chose the sentiment to the left, so I've done the flowers more to the right, and that one's more in the centre, so the flowers are all sort of fairly central, so I'm going to do the same again. I wonder whether that would work at the top. So I've got an assortment of flowers. Now, look at what I managed to do with that one. I managed to die cut it so that I've got that right in the middle, so that works rather well. It's almost like I thought about it. So I'd just like to add a little bit of dimension by curling the edges. I'm only going to use one of the bigger ones. We could have one of the bigger ones quite central. So there's one flower that doesn't have a hole in the middle and some that do. Let's pop that one down first. So, you know, essentially just let your imagination run wild. So I'm keeping that fairly central. Oh. What, can we have a vote on whether that bow goes at the top as well? Do you think it should go at the top or not? Yay or nay to the bow? I'll glue this one. I'm going to use some mini dimensionals. I'm going to put, oh no, what mini, oh hang on a minute, right, let's get rid of the mini dimensionals that I've got stuck to my finger right now before I go any further. So these little teeny weeny flowers, let's put a couple of dimensionals on each one of those, so the mini ones just fit underneath. And we're not worried about seeing the white bit because we're going to put a bit of bling on there. Would it go that way up or would it go? Oh no, that's no. Why would it's only Tuesday, but why would a ribbon be that way up? I don't know why. I thought I might do that the other way up. Oh dear, oh dear. Go and stir crazy. That's what it is. Let's get out for a walk, I think. Get a bit of fresh air in my lungs. Obviously not at this time of night in the dark. I'll wait until tomorrow. My only trip out today has been to the post office. Posting cards. It's hardly a major level of excitement. Yeah. I think we'll go with it being there. The prop. You can kind of layer these in. It's entirely up to you how you. I think lots of different uses. Again, I'm not going to use those bits. They're all going to go into. I don't think. So these. I should be very happy when my. Stampin' Up bling comes. It's just a little bit too big. But we can't not have a bit of bling, can we? Let's put one in the middle. There, and then what I might do is cut a corner off. Oh, should we cut? How about we? Oh, is that all safely in place? Let's cut. Oh, I know I'm stuck me a bit of ribbon down, have I? Now, question. No, let's put that on a bit of glue. So, oh, that may be a little bit too much glue, but you can see where I've stamped that one underneath. It just gives you a little tiny bit of a. I'm just going to use a bit of tissue to dab some of that off, because that came out a little bit too fast. Put that in the bin so it doesn't get stuck to anything. Then just make sure I'm in the centre. Then we can glue these layers together and we're done. Well, at this point it doesn't matter. Lost me stamp and seal. There we go. The only point it matters which way my cut. Oh, hello. off on a bit of a tangent there. That's a nice sticky area. Remember, you've got a big sticky area on the card. So at this point, it doesn't matter which way my card opens when I'm putting on the layers. It only matters once I've got that final layer on. And then again, because I've got all that detail on there, I don't want to go across it with my stamp and seal. So just a bit of Tombow. And pop that again, we get that little bit of wriggle room, and just cutting those corner edges off just shows a little bit more of that paper underneath. So there we go, some more little flowers for my box. So 3 cards with the Arrange a Wreath stamp set. So mainly really the dies and then the one stamp. So we've got Mint Macaron and Highland Heather, Soft Sea Foam and Calypso Coral, and Soft Sea Foam and So Saffron. So thank you very much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Take care of yourselves and see you soon. Bye bye.